Hello everyone and happy Monday. I have my new microphone, so hopefully the audio is better this week compared to last week. Still working out some kinks, but overall I'm hopeful that every video will keep improving. Thanks for joining me today. We are going to focus on some glute exercises in mobilization for the lower back. I had surgery on my lower back a few years ago, and I still deal with tightness, pain, stiffness, soreness. So as we are on this journey to getting better together, I wanted to introduce you to some of my favorite exercises that I like to keep in my repertoire to help mobilize my back and to help strengthen the posterior chain, or that whole back side of the body. So we're going to work on strengthening the erector spinae. We're going to focus on the gluteus maximus and medius, as well as a little bit of work in the quads and the rotators. You might feel those deeper muscles in the pelvis, just depending on how tight you are or the last time you trained them. So one of the most important pieces for our overall well-being is if we keep that back side of the body really strong. It helps with our posture, it helps with balance, and of course it helps with power and staying upright. And with that, why don't you go ahead and meet me either on your mat, or if you want to, you can also do this in your bed. So in the bed, it will be a little bit softer, but for those of you who are just starting to move, this is a great way to start. Do your best. I'm gonna keep my shoes on, but you are always welcome to do these without shoes, especially if you're in your own home. In my studio here, space where I film, I'm gonna keep my shoes on. So if you have a mat, I'll meet you here, and we're just gonna start sitting upright, or if you're in bed, you can be laying down already, and we're all just going to take a nice deep breath together. Breathing in, feeling your expansion into your rib cage, and then exhaling, feeling those ribs coming together. We're going to do that one more time. Breathing in, hold for a second, and then exhale. Good, feeling those ribs coming together. That's going to be a theme as we work on mobilizing the low back today. But then from here, let's go ahead and lie on our backs with our knees bent and the feet on the mat. So coming back here, we're going to start by just feeling an awareness of the back. So if you are in bed, I would recommend a very flat pillow, or if your neck can tolerate it, remove your pillow. On the floor, same thing. You can have a small rolled towel up, or socks, or a little pillow underneath your head if that's more comfortable for your neck. Otherwise, try to get your head down, because then we can get that lengthening throughout the whole back. Now, before we even start, we're going to practice a little awareness. So we're going to think about the backs of our shoulder blades. And what I like to teach is we're going to pretend that you have carrots or some sort of taproot growing into the earth. So the backs of your shoulder blades are going to go down into the earth. Our second point is the back of the rib cage. So you see how mine pops up? That's due to a lot of tension that I hold in my low back. My ribs love to flare because my back muscles get super tight and they still spasm up after the surgery. So what you're going to do is try to bring those ribs down. That's why we practice that breath. And feel those carrots growing into the earth on the back of both sides of your ribs. Then the last two carrots are going to be on the back of your sacroiliac joint, or the back of your pelvis. So just where the pelvis meets the spine. We want to picture two carrots growing out of there and keeping that gentle magnetizing toward the earth. We're not here to smush the back down. The reason why I don't cue your low back down is because we want to be able to move the low back fluidly, but still have an awareness of these three parts of the spine connected in to help us maintain a neutral spine. All that to say, this is a mindful movement practice, and as you get used to it, I love to do this every morning before I get out of bed. These next three moves I'll show you, we're going to do them together, and then we're going to do some strengthening exercises that you can choose to do. First thing we're going to do is a pelvic tilt. You want to imagine you have a flashlight right on the front of your pelvis here, on your pubic bone, and you're going to shine that light toward your face. When you do that, you're going to send that low back down into the mat. Draw the belly button in gently, but don't forget your carrots in the earth there. And then untuck and relax. We want to get that length and support. So as you tuck under and then relax, we want to feel those ribs reaching down into the earth. If your chest feels tight, or if you're feeling like this, having a pillow might be useful. We're going to do 3, and we're going to go for 10 here. Remembering to draw the belly button up and in as you come in and down. I like to exhale here and then inhale as I come back. Number 5, I think, I can't even count to 10. And coming out. 6. Just nice and gently, go whatever feels good for you. Here's 7. 8. 2 more. 9. You might feel a stretch in the low back. You should start to feel your abs on. And 10. Okay, so that's one plane of motion. Next, we're going to work in another plane of motion. This plane is sideways. Now, it's hard for me to show you on this angle, but I'm going to do my best. You want to bend at the waist like you're wagging your tail. So you're going to feel your side abs kick on as you wag your tail side to side. Same thing, we still keep those carrots in the earth. We're wagging the tail side to side. You'll feel those muscles in your back waking up. You should never do this if it hurts, okay? So if there's any pain, back off a little bit or don't do it. We're not here to hurt. We're here to get stronger. So keeping those carrots in the earth. We're going to keep it going. Just a few more here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Coming back to neutral. Then we're going to go into rocking the knees in our third plane of motion, adding in rotation. So we're going to rock the knees side to side and just let it go naturally. We will be strengthening the back as well. But let's just get a few of these in here, and then we're going to run through it again. So as always, we're going to do 2 of everything. And if you feel like you need to do more, you can go ahead and pause at any time, and we can go into another set. Okay, so coming up, a couple more here, and then we're going to come back up to the center and do it all again, those 3 moves. Coming up to the center now. So as you finish up your rotations, we're going to get back into that position. I'm going to put my arms behind my head just so you can better see my torso on the second set. And if you prefer, you can do this. It gives you a little chest stretch too, opens up the chest, or you can even put your hands here on your thighs if that's helpful for you to connect more into that low back. This can sometimes, again, emphasize that flaring in the ribs. So with my hands behind my head, just so you can see me better, I'm going to go ahead and exhale, tuck that pelvis under, inhale, coming back. That's 1. We're going to go for another 10. So 2. Making sure you're pulling up in the belly button. 3. If you know how, you can also gently pull up on your pelvic floor as you do this tuck, and then relax as you untuck. All right, 4 more, guys. We have 4. Feeling those carrots in the earth. 3. 2. Last one. 1. Coming to rest. Good. Next, we do our wagging the tail. So we check in, drop the ribs down, feel the abdomen on, and then we're going to wag the tail side to side. I'll put my arms back up so you can see. Good. So we want to feel those side abs turning on. We want to feel the side of the back. You might feel a little stretch in your low back, but again, none of this should be painful. If it's painful, try a little smaller, just little wags here, just to start mobilizing. A lot of us don't do this movement daily, so it might feel a little weird at first, but it will grow on you, I promise. When I first started doing these, I felt so weird, and then now, honestly, it's a feeling that I crave. So I try to do this in the mornings before I get out of bed, Or if I get up, I have to let the dog out or something, I try to lay back down and make sure I get them done before I start training for the day. All right, let's rest there, and then we're gonna go into our rocking the knees. Another way that I like to do this one is with the arms out. You can get a little stretch in the chest. Having that posture and support, that openness in the chest is really important for our overall posture. So let's do a few more here. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Resting back here. Take a second, feel into your back, see how it feels. It should feel a little bit warmer, like a little bit. You move something around. And then we're going to go into our bridge routine. It's going to be 3 different bridges in 3 different stances. We're going to do each bridge for 10 reps, rest, and then of course do it all over again. So we're going to go into a standard bridge next. We have our 6 carrots into the earth. The legs will be about hip width apart. You want to have your arms down by your sides, shoulder blades down, palms down, and if you can, press your triceps down into the mat or into the bed, and you'll feel a little work in the upper body. So we're going to feel first, wiggle your toes and feel the pressure in your heels, but then I want you to also connect into the earth with your big toe and your pinky toe. So you want to feel that whole triangle of the foot. From there, we're going to do that pelvic tilt we just did. So tilt. Now you're going to squeeze your glutes, squeeze your butt as you roll up. You want to keep your rib cage reaching down a little bit toward the mat, and that will help you feel the glutes engage a bit more, and then roll down nice and controlled. That's 1. Now let's go for 10. So rolling up, tucking under, squeezing the glute, coming up and down, and 2. Rolling up, squeeze, rolling down, 3. Now I'm sure you can see why we did that warm up. Here's 4. Drawing the belly button in the whole time. 6. Rolling down. 7. And we don't want our weight to go into the neck. We want to keep our weight toward our shoulder blades so we don't get any pressure into our neck. We have 1 more here, and then we're going to switch stances. There we are, rolling down and rest. Good. Next, we're going to widen the stance. So I'm going to bring my feet to the outside of my mat. Toes will turn slightly out, so we have this rotation happening deep in the hip, up at our rotator. So these rotator muscles are deep. They connect into our pelvis. I'll put a little picture here. And we want to work on these as well as our hamstrings and glutes. All of this is what helps stabilize our low back and gives us more relief from pain as we get stronger. So once again, feeling those heels into the earth, we're going to do the same technique. We're going to tuck under with the pelvis, squeeze the glutes. You're going to feel it differently now as you roll up. Again, weight is in the shoulder blades. We don't want to go too high. And then roll down. There's 1 with the knees out, coming up. Rolling down. 2. 3. Really squeezing here. 4. Now you only go as high as you can comfortably, and you're not trying to get the record in the highest bridge, all right? We're just trying to feel the backs of the legs, the butt, a little bit of work in the low back, but it shouldn't hurt at all. Just an awareness, I would say, of the muscles here. Rolling up. Remember, keeping those ribs reaching down toward the mat. Drawing the belly button in. I think this is 9. If not, we do an extra 1. I'm happy with that. So let's do 1 more. Now let's hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I know I'm right there with you guys. Good. Go ahead and roll down and relax. Whew. All right. Hopefully you're feeling those glutes, feeling the back of the body. Next, we're going to bring those feet close together. You can either touch them and touch your knees, or just have them a little bit apart, but your feet should be a lot closer together than they were in the other 2 bridges. This one, you're gonna feel a lot more work in our adductors, so that inner thigh, you're gonna feel your quads working. You'll feel the difference, as I'm sure you did between the first and the second round. Okay, so same thing, and then we'll take a little rest. We're gonna make sure that our carrots are in the earth, shoulders, ribs, hips. We start with that tuck, squeeze the glutes, roll up. Feel like your knees are magnets reaching towards each other and rolling down, just like that. There's one. Again, just coming up onto the shoulder blades, rolling down. 2. And rolling down. Coming up. Okay, getting there. 5. Rolling down. I'm getting a little shaky. 6. And just a reminder, we are in this together. I'm right here with you. We're doing it together. We're just doing our best, because our best is better than not doing anything today. We have 2 more now. So coming up, here's 1. Rolling down. Inhaling, exhaling on the up. 2. You can inhale at the top. And roll down. And I have to add the hold because I forgot on that first one. So coming up and hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rolling down and relax. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get up and have a sip of water. If you want to as well, we can do that. So, water breaks, resting is just as important. We need the time for recovery when we exercise. It's almost as important as the exercise itself. If we just push the body and stress the body out, we're going to be in that constant inflammatory repair response. We need that time to just repair the body. And sometimes you just need a little bit more sugar to the muscles. So I like to take a couple seconds, rest before we do our second set. Have some water if you need, and then we're going to meet back down on the mat. Let me have a little more. I'm still thirsty. Like I said last week, my mouth gets dry when I talk so much as I'm moving. So, okay, you feeling ready? We're going to go into our second set here. Now you know the moves. We're going to start with our standard stance, hip width apart. Widen it with the toes out, and then narrow it with the knees magnetizing toward each other. Depending on your range of motion, you might be able to keep your knees touching, but don't feel pressure to do so. I certainly can't, but I still feel the difference in the movement. So, returning to our backs, getting our legs about hip width apart. Nice comfortable distance, but again, we also don't want our feet too far. If you feel cramping in the backs of your thighs, you might be too far away from your rear with the legs. So you want to have them in a comfortable position, a little bit of trial and error, but you'll find the place that feels right for you. Okay, arms are down, shoulder blades are back. We're feeling those hands and those triceps pressing into the mat. And we're going to go ahead and start with 10 of our standard bridges. Tucking under, belly button in, rolling up. Weight in the shoulder blades. Exhale and roll down. So I like to inhale to prepare. Exhale on the up. Good. Inhale at the top. And then exhale on the down. Already we're 2 down. We're making our way. Here's 3. Almost there. We're getting almost to halfway. 4. Remembering we're not trying to go too high. 5. Squeezing those glutes. We want to tuck under so we don't arch the back. Again, that arching of the back can lead to a little strain. So if you feel your lower back overworking on these, you might be going too high. It's better to stay low like this and just practice squeezing your glutes than to push the height of the bridge and hurt yourself. So just listen to your body. We're learning how to listen to our bodies and how to have a friendship with it. And let's hold at the top here. This is about 10. I started talking. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rolling down. And relax. Okay, second stance. What is it? Wide stance. Toes slightly out, feet to the edge of your mat. or about shoulder width or a bit beyond. You're going to make sure that you try to keep your knees in line with your second and third toes, okay? So shoulders are down and back. Check in with your carrots. Mine were flaring up on my back of my ribs there. We're going to do the same thing, rolling under, tucking the pelvis, belly button in, squeezing the glutes, rolling up, and rolling down. Nicely done. We're going to feel so good after we do these glute moves, knowing that we're nourishing our posterior chain, getting that strength and support as we continue to build our repertoire of exercises. Coming up and rolling down. One day these are going to feel like a warm-up or a piece of cake, but as we get stronger together, right now they're our exercise. And at any point as we get stronger, you can always come back and revisit these. It's so important that we build a strong foundation. All right, let's do 3 more here. Coming up, squeeze, 3. I'm feeling some fatigue. And 2. And 1, hold at the top, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rolling down. Nice job. I'm going to rock my knees side to side. I'm feeling that work, feeling great. All right. Okay, last set. You ready? We're going to go ahead and bring those feet closer together. If you can get them to touch, do that. If not, just have them a hair apart, much, much more narrow compared to the original first position. Okay, breathing in to prepare, checking in with my carrots. They're flaring up again, as mine tend to do. And we're going to exhale, tuck under, rolling up, squeeze those glutes, and down, rolling through the spine. And here's 2. Coming up. Now, I naturally can't get as high on these, so if you're feeling the same way, don't worry about it. We're not supposed to really get as high on this technique. Otherwise, you might be recruiting your back, and we don't want that. Again, we want to squeeze the glutes. We work that back side of the body, but it's not the back that brings us up. That would look like this. You see the difference? When we tuck under and up, we get to target the correct muscles. Rolling down. Let's do 4 more here. Coming up, 4, 3, 2, coming up, and 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rolling down. We did it. We're going to go ahead and take our knees. If it's comfortable, you can do one knee or both knees. Pull them gently to the chest. You can kind of rock side to side, massage your back a little bit. Should feel better now. We got some good blood flow to that region. Got some good work in the back of the legs. And then let's do a quick little glute stretch. So my favorite is the figure 4. We're going to keep one leg bent, cross the ankle over the other leg, and then press out on the knee. If this is too challenging for you, you can always bring the leg down to start, or if it's easy, you can bring your leg up, kind of fold yourself. But keep that gentle pressure on the knee. I recommend keeping the foot flexed to support your knee. And we're going to hold this for a few more seconds. It feels so good. Sorry if the bottom of my shoe is gross. And nice deep breath here. And coming down, let's do the other side. So we're going to cross over, open that knee out, feel that stretch. Again, if it's too intense, bring that leg down. If you want more of a stretch, bring the leg up. I am way tighter on this side. I'm going to spend a little longer here, just breathing into it. Nice. Yeah, feels good. We did it. Thank you for joining me again on Mondays. It's so fun to be with you. We're going to go ahead and come down. Rest there. Yes. All right, so let's go ahead and sit up. As I mentioned, I love to have a deep breath at the end of every session. That way we can have a feeling of completion. We did it. So thank you for being here with me today and spending some time out of your day to move with me. If you like what we did here today, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. I upload videos like this every Monday where we get the chance to move together. And if you have any stories, comments, or questions, please feel welcome to share them in the comments. I do read every comment and I'd love to have a conversation there. All right, so we're gonna take a nice deep breath in. Out. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week.